Hello, 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 my energy empire. What's really good? 2025, and we're off to a great start. You already know you're here for hip hop and urban culture, but today, straight away, let's just get straight into it. Can't Rush Greatness album review.
We could go band for band. Fuck that. We can go.
Yes, Energy Empire. So Can't Rush Greatness out now by Central C. This album consists of 17 songs. They have some features on them. We've got 21 Savage, which we all saw. There was a promo single release video out. That's GPP. So we got 21 Savage for a feature. You know the Lil Baby band for band. We have a Lil Durk. We have a Skepta. We have a surprise feature from Dave. And there was one more other feature. I don't want to pronounce that person's name and get it wrong and have a little problem. So we're just going to leave that there. But for the people who actually know how to say it and pronounce it, just drop that in the comment section for me. But nevertheless, you locked in with your girl, Miss Keeks. So let's just get straight into it. Can't Rush Greatness. Let's kick it off. It's big business, people. But before we even get into the controversy as the album has dropped, I know you guys have seen it. H slid on Central C quickly because Central C dropped a tune on the album called 5 Star, where he quoted that he was prepared for the Brits Award to win, had his speech, and then they gave it to a boy called H. He said, so, H weren't having that. He said, what is this done mad? Hold on a minute, let me spin his head. So he quickly clapped back with a tune called A Guy Called. The disrespect, knowing that Central C is the golden boy for the community and the era of the culture right now. Man said A Guy Called, but you know what? Hold on. Let me just give the introduction, not to 5 Star, just to the album quickly.
No introduction needed. But girls still ask what my name is, trying to pretend they don't know who C is. Like,
Ouch! Straight after the introduction, 5 Star comes in. Then he throws this shot at H and then it takes off mad speed. But it's crazy because the fact that he said no introduction needed. Then H just came and smoked him from Manchester quickly with a verse. And on top of that, in the variations of H's verses, he spoke about a lot. He spoke about Central C allegedly having a ghostwriter. He also spoke about some street politics that Central C has going on and how Central C didn't really do his thing, considering he's a drill artist and that's the lifestyle, what he raps and spins about. So yeah, he did that. But respectfully, on that, what we're going to say here is this. Most artists who come out of the street life don't intend to actually ride out. They speak about that lifestyle because it's true to their nature, and some people it's true to their nature. And it's one of those things where it gives a story and a perspective of who you are as an artist, where you come from, and how you plan to develop and grow. So when H had said certain things in regards to like him not really putting in that works in the street, he threw some shots because, most people will say, if you're going to talk that talk, walk that walk. Yeah. And you know how we do it around here. Streetkeeks TV don't tell you nothing if I don't walk it, live it, or experience it. So, yeah. 5 Star coming in straight after the introduction was mad. What I will say about the starting of the album, though, is that the introduction, beat, beautiful. Lyrics, promising. 5 Star, he comes in. He shoots at H. Obviously, the track, I'm not going to lie to you, the track was doing what it needed to do. Central C now comes in with a Spanishy type of mix. Yeah, it's like I don't even know what to call it because to be fair, when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is different. Yeah, it's showing that he can swing into certain cultures and be a bit diverse and do his thing. We already know there's a stigma around Central C's nationality and how he came into the industry and branded himself. For those who don't know, Central C is Chinese and Guyanese heritage, but he is a British born. In saying that, Central C, being a UK rapper targeting a drill market, he actually came into the game under the hip-hop influence. So, targeting American culture and foundation of music. People have been trying to push this narrative around him to say that he's using our culture, but he's not really a part of the culture. And because there was times where he had some interviews where he didn't really express, just come out there like, yeah, man Central C and I'm Guyanese and Chinese and what. He never really came out straightforward and expressed where he came from as a background history. So people thought he was questionable. That's understood because, your fans, they love a story, they love a history, they love a knowledge, they love an experience. Even if they want to get gossip and key for your life lessons and mock you, they still want to know certain things because they feel like a personal interaction. Do you know what I mean? So for Central C, the cultural diversity, I appreciated how he came with a Spanish kind of track because that was mad. And that's the feature. I think it's Young Miko. Don't want to say that as fact because I'm not sure if I pronounced it right. So if I didn't pronounce your right feature, sorry about that. But yeah, so I think that was good. When St. Patrick's Day came in now, it was like, okay, cool. Let me hear where this is going to go. What it was for me, though, is that when you go through the album now, it's one of those things where GBP, sorry. I almost said GPP, Jada Kingdom.
Don't like die trying to live someone else's life, innit? I kind of just say live yours anytime someone asks me for some advice, because it's very vague, but it's like it goes such a long way. Like just don't try and live mine, and likewise to any other like person that you see in the public eye.
Okay, so before I go into the details of the features that's actually on the album, I want to start off here. Central C and Dave have done a tune on the album called CRG. Now, we know that when they get together and they make music, we get greatness. Their last single that was out, Sprinter, stole the show, led the culture to a different heights in today's era of music. So knowing that they've come together and they now worked on a song called CRG, my question is this: did they get another track? Did they get another hit song that will surpass Sprinter or be just as great? Or does this song leave Sprinter in a state of value where you can see that looking at Sprinter and CRG, it's a potential that CRG underdelivered? That is my question. Do you think that Central C and Dave coming together to make this tune is a hit song that is going to take the album just like how Sprinter went crazy? Or do you think that this is just a song on the album that just complements the album on a featured perspective? Yes, Energy Empire. So the reason why I present that question is because when the song actually started, Can't Rush Greatness, I was like, okay, the hook leading into Central C's verse, I rated it because behind the production, you hear the beat and the beat is given like a climb, a run, something in a story fact where you're going to get something along those lines. Then when you hear Central C come with the hook, he goes and then he brings in his verse and you're getting ready to wait for Dave to pop in. So you see, before Dave pops in, Central C actually was putting in with the lyrics that he was presenting with the actual matching to the chorus. So when Dave comes in now, I was like, yep, I'm expecting Dave to smash this because the beat sounded like it was prepared specifically for his sound. So when Dave came in, light work. He was giving it, but then I thought, ooh, is this the song that is going to be just as big as Sprinter, or is this underperforming considering how their collaboration was with Sprinter? So I really want to hear everybody's take because I know that's going to be a big thing because we're expecting instantly Dave to come and just clean up the whole album. So Energy Empire, let me know what you think about this track. Yes, my Energy Empire, before we get into the first rap album review of 2025, Central C kicking it off, let me just say thank you to everybody across the board who's been giving our platform shout outs. who's been supporting our channels across the board and just keeping up with the community across every platform that we have. If you haven't gone over to the Instagram, have a look over there because that's where you need to be. Don't forget to check out the YouTube community page where we have mostly written articles where you can read and just catch up on the things that's happening in the hip hop culture. And also, if you want to see some other stuff, then just go over to the Twitter and we have a Spotify playlist. Just click Streetkeeks TV for all the stuff that we promote. And also on the Spotify playlist that we've dropped, we have it going from 23 to today's date. We have new age R&B, we have the rap UK to US, and we have a dancehall mix and a 90s to 2000s classic. So just go check that out. But nevertheless, let me just get straight into this intro, okay? Hey everyone, you're locked in with Streetkeeks TV. You're listening to Miss Keeks, and this is a platform dedicated to hip hop and urban culture. We have a special feature where we present documentaries, so you can go and check that out. But in the meantime, click that notification, press that all, and just stay connected.
Independent ladies, na 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 na. Keys have bun in her pocket so she feel nice. She na borrow girl clothes in her real life. She na sponge pan a boy what him feel like. Can buy some drink if him feel like. Nobody worry about Keys, she alright.
It was all a dream. I used to watch JBC. I know me they are Streetkeeks TV. I just a black ghetto youth like me. You can be anything that you wanna be, yeah. Here man, I'm a Tom all the day out of the slum king. I represent for Streetkeeks TV Entertainment. Out of the slum, Streetkeeks gonna road ya know how.
From here the voice you don't know say I just son representing for Streetkeeks TV Entertainment. You don't know, you know. We have real friends, but we have some fake ones too.
Yo, you done those tiny booster. You feel me? Straight out of Pecknam, SN1. Alright, now you're locked to a Streetkeeks TV. You already know the hottest. You already know what's really good.
So, GBP collaboration with 21 Savage. We got a little exclusive on that before the album dropped. Yeah, I actually liked that tune because, to be fair, we have two people from the culture and they both are British coming together to show them how the UK and US market can merge. I appreciate that because I know for Central C also that is something that will be a big thing for him as an accolade, not just because it's 21 Savage, but the fact that he's crossing over in the market to a wider audience, which is going to show the American audiences and entertainers how the British do it when we rap. Because to be fair, for me, one of the main reasons why Streetkeeks TV is in the UK, but I specialize in hip hop and urban culture is because, yes, I like all things rap, R&B and soul. So I don't discriminate or exclude any genre within the black entertainment. But for me, it's just that when I think about the street side of rap, I always think about how growing up in America and then also being a British, I was able to find my voice and style of music and business where I could bring it forth to the culture. So that's the reason why when I think about Central C doing the tune with 21 Savage, it made sense because the album, as you go into the album, you have Lil Durk, you have Lil Baby. Having those two as artists additional to 21 Savage is a big look because we know Lil Baby, Lil Durk, and 21 Savage lead the culture within trap rap music. And that is the era market that Central C is in the UK as a drill rapper. So listening to the variations of styles and him trying to find his voice within that market, I appreciated that because for myself, I have even seen how being in the UK and pushing a hip hop platform where I represent the UK rappers across the regions of grime, street rap, drill, it's one of those things where it's very hard to navigate in the aspects of you're breaking another cultural market for one. Two, you are bringing forth audiences together that actually understand what you're saying lyrically and can possibly relate to your story. So in the sense of those things, I could appreciate how Central C was able to get American artists to actually feature on the album. I did recognize throughout the project that he was testing out his sounds, because that track with Lil Durk actually surprised me. For one, when I heard the Neo sample, I was like, oh, let's hear where this is going to go. Then when I heard Central C giving it a different sound with a little sing pop kind of style, I was like, okay, new. And that's one thing I do appreciate with Central C. Though he's a drill rapper, he has a new type of sound of drill, which also merges with the pop community. That's what I think personally. Maybe you might not see that, but that's what I see, because I think about most of Central C's hit songs, and yes, they are part of the drill collection, but it's not hardcore drill in my country, like where we have some other serious drill artists where they press gas, they don't play no games. Central C's lyrics and style of flow is quite different in the drill. So to hear him soften it down, give a little sing type of melody with Lil Durk was different. I appreciated that. I wanted to see where it was going to go. Then when I heard Lil Durk come in, I was like, okay, Durk, different. Okay. And I was thinking, was this the right kind of collaboration for the moment for the two artists to do, where it's a test sound kind of thing? Knowing that you guys are coming together to do a project, I would expect instantly when I listen to the tune, I'm going to get like what we got for Band, an immediate hit. What I do recognize is that the sample that's going to trend for his era, I think that might be the Gen Z era. Yeah. And also, I know on the digital market, places like TikTok and stuff like that definitely will push that song, because it's going to give it a field where you can probably dance to it or you can make something out of it. So, yeah, I see where that could actually go, pushing the album and its numbers as Lil Durk being on it. But to actually say it's a hit song, I'm gonna say no, because when I was listening, I was actually like, okay, we have 21, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, then we have Skepta, and then we have Dave. So instantly, I'm thinking I want to hear the features, because I'm gonna make a decision on who, for me, actually delivered on the track and gave it the best. And right now, I'm gonna say it is tying between 21 and Lil Baby, and then Skepta as a British grime MC, because when I listened to Skepta's tune now, that was mad. Skepta slid. To be fair, I didn't expect anything less from Skepta. Skepta didn't slide on the music the way that he did. I would have just been like, red flag. So I can actually say that Skepta delivered and gave Central C an art that he would be happy to remember later on, because there's times where artists collaborate and they give them verses where it's not exactly like a verse where you're like, oh, it's a hit. It's just like a chilled, laid back type of verse where you can say, okay, yeah, see where you guys was going with your project. It had the potential to become something great. So I did appreciate that. What I also wanted to say was I did like the Limitless video. I did like that. I thought that one thing with the album, maybe because we had the Band video drop already, and then we got the Limitless video like just literally as the album is dropping, I would have liked to probably have one more visual for the album, simply because the 21 Savage being a promo release video, okay, yeah, we've got the Band and the 21 Savage video. So, okay, we could see where the visuals of the album is going. With the Limitless video, it gives it a bonus. But I just felt like the 21 Savage video with Central C wasn't a video that was like, oh, wow, amazing. It was a video where it was like, okay, just showing the variations of split cultures. I could appreciate that because it worked with the concept of the song. Band for band, you saw that there was that, okay, they went in for this video. So I just would have appreciated possibly to see like one more video that comes like that. But as the videos for the album still can be given, because once the album peaks and does what it does, whatever fans do like, they might see potential with Central C coming out and actually giving us a visual for that favorite song, what blows up from the fans that they actually like now that the album's released. But otherwise than that, my favorite song on the album in the middle is going to be the Top Freestyle. One, I'm actually happy that he didn't give that a minute, because one, the beat was crazy. And him just going on the beat, it just worked well. I liked how the beat was pushing a story, and then he was going with the energy of the field. It was a nice piece of work, that one. That for me, I can say I literally had to spin that back maybe 3 to 4 times, because I was like, yeah, to the point where I even heard Rick Ross as a feature. I even heard French Montana as a feature, to the point where Max B even came, and I was like, oh, this production beat here, the wave is giving that kind of wave. But then also, I can't remember the track right now. I did appreciate how he had cash rules everything around me. Get the money, dollar, dollar bill, yo. I loved how he had the Wu-Tang sample. That was big. That was a moment for his album, simply for the fact that he's trying to cross over to the American market. So to have that, yes, setting your tone in the market, that was a big move. So big up to Central C for that, because people might not even know that's the Wu-Tang unless you are a hip hop head fan like that. If you're not, then you're probably just thinking, oh yeah, that I remember that from something, a movie or whatever the case may be. But to know that you got that is a big look, because we know that when it comes to hip hop icons, Wu-Tang is a staple in the market and its foundation. So to see that he got that was like, yeah, go Central, bring it for the UK. But yeah, obviously going down in the album and just as it keeps going, yeah, it's okay. And it just delivers itself on whatever the case may be. So I think the outro, the starting of the outro was lovely. I did like how that was. So overall, with this album, I think I'm going to give it a 7 to an 8. Simply because I know this album could have did much more. And then being an album to cross over to the international market, I'm not sure if the album carries that weight. What I do know is that the features on the album shows his dominance in the American market. I also know that his sound that he has works, so his natural fans are going to see to reason with that. The things that he speaks about in his songs, I'm not sure if the American market is going to be like, yeah, this is amazing, or if they're going to say, okay, we've learned some streets culture in England and we learned a bit about Central C and we see where his vision is for his creativity. I'm not sure if they are going to see that. But I do hope that the album sells well in the UK, and I do hope the album sells well in the US.